What does cheer to be number one mean? That's for someone else. We up? All right. I'm back, baby. 2 weeks off. Or a week off, I guess. Welcome back to Drawing Blood, episode 37. Give or take. Oh, am I echoing? I'm already echoing on maybe Cody's side? Or maybe Bob's side? I don't know. Anyway, it's our inside look at Hashtag Blood, our top-down adventure, traditionally animated, in the spirit of Zelda and Cartoon Network. With me today is Bob Fox to my right and Cody from hurricane-riddled Florida. And today we're going to continue on the Rat King. Those of you who joined us a couple weeks ago, we took a week off. Last week I was on vacation. We were kind of playing around with this guy. Vacation. Air quote vacation. We were playing around with this Rat King kind of character in his small version, and we were working on his idol right here. Him being hurt, him chomping down. And last night, in the wee hours, I started... He's going to summon other little rats up, sort of, thing. So we need sort of like a big antic and a smash down, and then he has to kind of disappear. So that's going to be a kind of a big sprite we're working on now. So I'll open that up and I'll show you where I am. Oop. Here, right click, get it? Okay. So I always start off with the idle pose, which you can see is the same exact frame as that guy. We're going to lose that eventually. So we don't... Hey! A lot of people. Oh, Portal Tamers, too. Good to see you. Portal Tamers, we were just talking about MagFest, and are you going to MagFest? Cody says we don't need to apply for some reason, and I was like, you should apply, and he's like, we have time, and then I was like, you should do it now, and then he changed the subject. So, yeah, I'm going to get rid of this... this first frame here, and you can see some of it's roughed out. Some stops down. Lauren's here, and Nicholas Neighbors. All right, we got the three regulars. I'm submitting to MagFest. Can't say you're gonna get in. No, there's no way in hell you're not.
She wasn't at that.
I don't know if she was that last year's. You'll definitely get in. No, absolutely. Yeah, no, there's games not close to as polished as what you have that get in, so you'll certainly get in. So anyway, I'm doing this kind of stomp, and when he stomps, all these other rats that we already have animated and kind of in the game, they can come out. We can pick the places where they want to come out, and then he's gonna cowardly just go back in and let his minions do the. No,
what?
I was legit 2 months in. What, last year? She was 2 months into
the game. Is that it? That she's worked on it?
You've put in less time than we have in Blood, and that's how far you are? What? Oh. Well, I know who to blame. And he's in Florida
Me?
right now. Bingo! Ding, ding, ding. Well, client. I'm trying to be in a good mood, so I don't want to talk about our loser clients. Alright, so we're going to start with the tail. I animated that separately because it's secondary here. And then we're going to do sort of a hard sweeping, not hard movement, it's so quick, but he burrows back in. Now I separated the head. You can see here how I separated some of these. So that's the head. And then I did the body because I wanted to do some puppeting on the head. Got some dirt there. And these layers are just dirt. So I could do the body separate. Finally! Oh, Cold Waffle Animation. Yeah, I'm back. So the rats are vampires too. Well, they're affected by the vampiric kind of disease that's floating around. Yeah, it's all kind of vermin and stuff can be kind of grouped into it. It's sort of like rabies if you think about it that way. But I feel like even normal rats would probably attack you if you cornered them. Oh, Super Lucido. Hey, how you doing? Cold Waffles Animation. Very cool. Thanks for joining us, guys. We know we took last week off. We're completely slammed with work. It's almost well, it is upsetting how much Bob and I have to do while balancing all this. And last week, with myself gone and Bob kind of taking on everything, we're far behind. Yeah, we're gonna be back. We're gonna. I want to start doing. Well, next week I'm in Atlanta on Friday for reasons. So
business reasons.
Business reasons. So I'm gonna have to do this Thursday, which I'm okay with. We're just gonna have to announce it then. So I'm just gonna start with the tale here. Get back into the blood groove. I haven't, with the exception of last night, I haven't opened this file. It's always kind of, it saddens me because I date these things that I was like, oh man, I haven't opened up blood in 14 days. Reasons, yeah. I would say good reasons, but that would be a lie. It's just, it's been a frustrating week, month, year, business. All the above. But Cody's back. Cody, what are you working on? Tell us about where you are with blood, because he's finally back. Back through.
I'm back to getting ready tonight to really get back into it.
So you hear that, everyone? He's back to prepping himself to get ready to start. We got a producer in the making. Should we have a meeting?
Yeah. I'm gonna have a meeting to talk about it with my. Actually, Andrew, let's get on a meeting tonight.
Well, let's hop on Discord. Let's talk about setting up an email chain to set up a meeting. Then, and I'll work on a mood board. So, no,
And I'll set up the time.
You set up the time. Yeah. I could really use a mood board. I don't know how I feel. God, we got a mood board the other day. It's the amount of time being wasted. I'm not gonna lie, Portal Tamers has been so daunting. I'm avoiding it. Oh no, don't avoid it. You're closer than us. So where does that leave us? You can't avoid that. You have to keep going. If now that you're applying to MagFest though, that's what really lit a fire under us last year was. Well, we had to produce a game after we submitted a trailer. that was just kind of animation looking like a game. And this year we have a lot more to show, so I'm looking forward to go back there for sure. And the goal is to get level 1 ready for MagFest. What's going on here? Oh, I am between drawing. See that? Tisk. Oh, that's why. Dude, I'm trying to do mass assets and I'm like, I don't know what that means, but that must be coding stuff. Mass assets, Cody? Do you know what that means, Cody?
What's that?
Mass.
I mean, Andrew?
No.
Let's ask our programmer.
I don't know what you're talking about. She talks in 3D language. I can't understand.
I'm sure mass assets means something.
Like a lot of assets?
Well, I'm sure. I know what the two words mean. Just a ton of 3D assets. Gotcha. Yeah, well, Cody and Andrew have a lot to export because we have a ton of animation now too, so that are just begging to be programmed. So I'm glad Cody's thinking about it tonight. Parts maybe. Modular character. Yeah, I guess 3D is not a world I'm very familiar with, but it all still has to be animated, so let's see if that. Alright, so you can see some secondary on the tail here. I always try to do that kind of stuff last. Sometimes you'll notice I go straight ahead with some of the stuff when I'm in a rush, but last night I was watching some Breaking Bad. All the kids were asleep, my wife was asleep, and I was like, I could take my time on this animation. And that's sort of what me and Bob have been doing now, is just working at night so no one bothers us.
I would say at least 35% of our days.
Is what?
Is being bothered.
Oh,
Like some
oh
babies.
yeah. No, that's
Some-
easy.
Like just like babies. It became professional babies.
It's been a really, the more clients we get, the more we're kind of taking the role of like what our clients do, which is just talk. And I don't know, I like the gravel pit. You know, I like being just a grunt and working. Like, talking about working is it's just embarrassing to me. But no, we could show you some email chains that go on hundreds deep, and we haven't even started some of the projects. Just explaining what they think they want. Alright, so it goes whips back there, and then clean that one up first. I'm gonna keep everything on the same chart as per usual. Mootsie, what is that? Oh, that's the penguin. My wife and kids were gone for a month. Nothing but Hot Pockets and animating. Wow, I can't imagine my wife and kids leaving for 2 hours. A month sounds like a little vacation. No, I would love to dedicate a month to any project, really. Like, I feel like that's Bob and I are just been across the map. We're doing 3 different projects every day, and in some cases 3 or 4 times.
Oh no, we've done every single one. Every single one's been done more than
No, I did some style frames this morning that I had to redo. I did. I guess we can't really talk too much shit, but but
Oh, we will.
I can't. I'll end up slipping the name out, so I don't want to even talk about it. No, but we've done a few things a few times this month already. Is it too quiet? Oh, move your mic closer. But the song Chocolate Rain says I had to breathe away from the mic. Alright, tell me if that's better. Taze it hate to let me the wrong direction. It is. Great. Alright. Perfect. Thanks, guys. Alright. So let's see what this is looking like. So it whips over there that it's going to ease out falling down. Because that's going to be its peak right here. I've seen him at my Trader Joe's. He like follows everyone on Twitter too. He's like...
No, then he unfollowed everybody.
Oh, that he unfollowed
He followed
everybody?
everybody, and then he unfollowed them.
Oh, the original Instagram troll.
Yeah.
That's how you get followers.
And he went out.
That's how this internet thing is wild. Simpler times. Alright, now let's start in between in this. Then we're gonna get to the nitty gritty stuff. Get this rat kind of burrowing. So the arc's gonna follow the same exact arc. You can see here that we're trying to keep everything feeling like it's like has a little bend to it. Now, something like this when it goes like that. Now, like if you were to just say tween this in Flash, people would just go straight up like that. But what you want to do is almost overshoot and go like that, and then twist on the last frame. So I'll show you what I mean. So then it goes like that, and it starts curving like that, kind of like a whip. Oh, a little shaky there. So that you see it kind of feels like it snaps to it there. Probably do one more frame actually. Alright, so let's see here. So that goes... Is that Cody?
Yeah, I'm just talking to him about
Okay.
trying to get some assets together.
Oh, some assets.
In case my meeting goes good about doing more.
I don't do that stuff.
What are you going to be working on, you think?
I don't know, if I'm still trying to figure it out, I can just do a lot of like, you know, like you were saying, dumping assets, getting him into the game and stuff.
Yeah, I don't even know where we left off with you. Have you ever tried Toon Boom? Never gave it a shot because I've always heard how hard it is to use. Don't know if they've recently improved the UI, but I thought it was fantastic. I've never used Toon Boom. I hear mixed reviews. I know it's a little expensive. There's been a lot of projects that we can't use the assets in Flash or a version of Flash either. So, Toon Boom seems to be kind of a bigger studio go-to. Wouldn't you agree, Bob? Yeah. It's pricey. I know that for like studios and all that stuff. But then I see great work coming out of it. A real good animator, James Shagru.
Yeah.
He started kind of using it, and I saw him doing really nice work with it. It seems to have like a pencil line too, which is that's sort of the look du jour now. Then I'll go back to something. We'll hit an early 2000s vibe soon. I think everything just sort of goes in 20-year intervals. Whatever the kids grow up on.
Start having money
Yeah, that's when you know you made it. So let's get that.
What can they waste their income on? But they'll probably be less and less of wasting income because nobody will have it.
No, it'll be less. Yeah, that's true. All right, so then this falls out of frame. All right, let's see if that works and maybe color it in. All right, so that's fun. Little secondary makes them seem a little more powerful. Okay, so now that I have kind of the first frames all done, I could get rid of the actual first frame so they're not duplicating the sprites. These sprites are big enough, we don't need to add duplicates. So I'm just gonna shift to 5, the last frame. So now we could take these, like I could take this character, do something real quick. $25. This is the size they'll be on the screen. 25%. So he's just a cycle, right? Now if I go to say frame 55, it'll be a call to action sort of thing. Gonna take this guy. Delete. Now what I could do is swap the symbol, and then I'll just find in my library here what I need to get done. Where is the summon? Okay. So now, if I did this right, it should just kind of seamlessly pop into it. See? So it kind of works there. So that's how we sort of do things. We just always replicate the symbol, and then we don't have to worry about registration at all, which is always nice. Love the head shake overshoot. Oh, thank you. Oh, wait, did I miss a... You can do a trial for 21 days. Oh, I didn't know that you could even do that for free. Love the head shake. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I always... anytime I do a big, powerful move, I always add a little shake and a lot of overshoot. And my thing is, you know, subtlety is nice and all that stuff, but when you do these games, you kind of want to really overstate the action, I feel like. You know, this is a very character animation heavy game, and the sprites are really tiny. Like, you saw, this guy's a big character, and you saw him on the screen when I shrunk him down to 25%. So we have to make the actions really big, else it's just going to feel like you kind of just shimmer stuff. The subtle, and like in any traditional animation, the subtle stuff's harder too. so I don't even really, you know, I try to focus on the fun stuff. All right, so we have a few problems here that we have to solve. We're gonna continue this dirt on his foot right here to make into this pile, so there's gonna be a little bit of cheating we're gonna have to do. Like, it doesn't necessarily make sense, but you know, when I think when you're moving quick enough, it's not gonna really make a difference. But I could eat my words on a live stream. All right, so he's gonna flip. So this is his head here. I kind of already cleaned this up, or roughed it out enough to clean up. And we're gonna have to follow the tail eventually to that. So we're gonna make this giant S curve. He's gonna move stage left and dive behind, jump right into the ground pretty quick. What software am I using? Okay, yeah, the stagger. Oh wait, I missed a bunch of stuff. Flash MX. It's a really, really, really old program. When did it come out? 2004. Flash MX.
I don't remember.
Oh no, it was before that. It was a while ago. It was early, but that's what I grew up on. So that's whenever we do our passion projects, I'm gonna work with that. Hold on, I missed a cold waffle. I was an Adobe guy for years, but when I was looking a job and I kept seeing Toon Boom as a requirement, I spent a weekend, and I'm a Toon Boom man. I tried to go back to Adobe, but I got used to working on in one timeline. Yeah, so Toon Boom is a one timeline kind of thing, which can you embed symbols or a version of symbols in Toon Boom? Like, if you were to do a loop, can you take that loop and pan it? Yeah, but this is a really old program. They don't make it any. This was when it wasn't even Adobe then. It was Macromedia. In my opinion, they did way better. Macromedia, that is. I don't know what Adobe's trying to pull.
I know what they're trying.
They're trying to pull
Pull your wallet.
cash out of their wallets. Yeah. So we have like this little bit of dirt debris coming here. Okay, peg to the layer. Now I assume they have the same kind of functionality and stuff. I remember when Toon Boom was first coming out and I was working at a different place, and they sent a representative. It was the early Toon Boom, and this is 10 years ago. And I think they were kind of showcasing it to kind of just like animation hobbyists. So when they came to the studio and there was a bunch of animators who were very familiar with Flash, like asking all these questions, like, can you do this, can you do that? They couldn't figure it out in front of us, and it was like really awkward. Like, we're like, can you onion skin? And they're like, yeah, what? No, what's onion skin? And it's just like, can you see the frame before, you know, and after, so you can in between? And they're like, in betweening, yes. Like, they didn't know any of the terminology. And then, you know, it took like 30 minutes to get an onion skin, and it didn't look right. And we were like, all right, we're not using this. All right. So we got him coming in there. Messed up the hand here. This is the arm going in. It was really awkward. I felt so bad for him. Hello, Alex. Hey, how's it going, Alex? Harmony is crazy. There are rig systems that update the character changes. Yes, we've been asked to rig stuff. We're definitely kind of lean on the traditional thing. But we don't do anything like series-wise, so there's not a lot of room for like setting up a rig. Though we were just asked to do it. I don't know. It felt like a giant waste of time.
Well, because it doesn't benefit us.
No, it doesn't do it. It does virtually nothing for us.
Because we'll never get to use it again, really.
Yeah.
So it's just a waste of our time.
Yeah. Alright, so we got the... rat slowly coming in here. So you can see the tail is here and here for the in-betweens. So we kind of want to keep following that. The tail is almost where the eye will be directed. Cody,
What?
Bob's busy.
Doing real
Nope.
serious stuff over
He's doing some. He's doing some really time-sensitive stuff. Don't you know Bob has to redo this again later?
I'm gonna do this now so I can be told how to redo it later.
Yeah. I figure might as well stop on that.
Bob's gonna have to redo this again, you know. Does Toon Boom or Adobe Animate support IK inverse? I know IK. Isn't that what we were talking about with the legs and the?
I don't know what they're doing now in anime. There is the bone system. I don't know how. I think there is some.
There is something that does that, huh? And that's something where, yeah, it's like a parenting.
That's what our biggest problem is. Everybody avoids drawing like the plague,
Yeah.
and in the meantime, they probably waste 40 times as much time.
Yeah, it's a weird
to do
industry.
One shot or something. It's crazy.
It's a crazy industry because everyone that's like, I love animation, I love animation. It's like, now how do I not draw? Alright, so we got this going on. So the tail looks like it's gonna work. The question is, will the dirt work? Kind of scrunches down, then goes back up. That's. You know what? I might lower this dirt then to kind of keep going up. And rough that one out again. I don't want the dirt to kind of wave up and down.
Lower that dirt.
Lower the dirt. So I'm gonna take this, the dirt. Okay, so I'm gonna take that and kind of lower it here. Oh, but then, might have to go like that then, so I can start burrowing. Let's see if that works. Nice, good to know. I think it's less about how can I not draw and more about how can I get straight to the movement. Yeah, I think we dived into it last week too, or 2 weeks ago. Is we're in a place now where people just want to change stuff that's finished to feel like they're involved, I feel like. Which is killing our small studio. You know, it's you're hiring us to make it move. Let us do it the way we do it, or the way you explained you wanted it. Okay, so that, I think that'll work. So I'm gonna just fix this drawing here. Now I don't know what the byproduct, how it wasn't always like this though. But no, we have companies telling us it used to never. It used to be just let's send over. You send over a QuickTime of the finished product, and now everyone's like, well, you have to use this program so we can start animating it. They're like telling us to like just hand over the keys so we don't have work anymore. It's crazy. And then they don't use it anyway, so it doesn't matter. But what's that?
If they can't, yeah.
No.
Wait, you've made stuff that hasn't went to air yet?
We've made a lot of stuff that don't go to air.
Oh, we've probably made more of that.
Whoa. Yeah, that's.
I'm not by like by pretty.
I say 5 to 1. The stuff that you see here, Blood will be on there before for a lot of these projects. Break that. So you see what I did there? I kind of just drew and then grouped it, then erased around it. A little revision. Yeah, I think that's gonna work better. All right. Anyone here go to Lightbox last week? It was pretty fun. Yeah, nice. Good to know. I was there Sunday. Oh, what's Lightbox?
I think she talked about it a couple weeks ago. Something in California.
Oh yeah, she did mention that. Oh, that's right. And what goes on there again? Clean this rat butt up.
Rats.
Animation Industry Expo.
Rats.
How big is it? It was a few days, I take it. Kind of new. Big animation conference, all the big names in animation and illustration there. Well, that would explain why we weren't there. Our invite must have got lost in the mail.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. No, I wish you guys were there. Only people like you guys were. Bam and the Brooklyn scene. We'll be in Spain talking animation. We were cordially invited there, so I'm excited about that. Cody and I. He'll be taking on the programming aspect of it. I'll be fielding the animation questions. And it should be a nice, fun trip there. Alright, so let's get the rest of these in-betweens in a good place. So, what we want to do is, you don't want it to, like, I want it to feel like a very fluid motion here, so I'm not sure if I'm going to ease out here. I want to kind of ease almost into this tail, so that whips around kind of nice. So we're going to have to play around with the timing of this. The in-betweens go normal, as usual. But then we're going to have to play with the timing if it's not working. Bam, Brent and Max. There's a couple of TV animation vets and awesome tutorials like you guys. Oh, nice! What program were they using?
Definitely not something from 1997.
Are you, so something newer than MX, you're thinking? Hey, listen, the game's supposed to look like early 90s, so so we had to use that.
We're just getting in the spirit.
I did.
Paper,
I'm about to
Should
break
we
out my
program the
scanner.
game?
Let's start scanning and inking again. That was fun. Photoshop, animate, stuff like that. Nice. So let's see here. I want to make sure the tail looks right. Okay, that's good enough. That works. Yeah, I like that. And when you say Brent, are you talking about Brent Smith? I know a Brent Smith. By the way, does anyone have any good guides for animation, like how to figure out what the main poses will be and how to go about tweening? I'm struggling so hard. My heart will die. Like for traditional animation? There's
Yeah, are you? Oh, that she's talking about 3D. I'm guessing.
I'm not sure. Illusion of Life. There's more books than ever now. And with the passing of Richard Williams, I think his book kind of made it back on to everyone's radar again. The Survival Guide to Animation. Probably like the it's like the Bible for animation students when I was going into it. Kind of it just goes into the 12 principles and stuff. And he was arguably the best animator of our time.
How to survive as a producer.
I don't know if they. I would get that copy signed. I'd get a plaque over the wall. They're trying to do frame by frame. Yeah, I would suggest buying the Survival Animation Survival Guide by Richard Williams. That has a lot of practical advice in it.
Probably got
And it's-
tutorials of those on YouTube.
They probably have that on YouTube.
There was
I
an
think.
app. There was like a live action, like an app that they had. some animated stuff.
That's a great starter, and even for advanced animators, I find like you kind of revisit that and you realize what he had a very teacher-like way about him, about how he approaches stuff, and it's all very pragmatic. All right, so let's do one more in between there. And the hard stuff is before that, where we had to get that big rat morphed into that other pose. No, but animation's practically, when you break it down to its core essential, it's just acting. So I saw someone here mention just act it out and time it out and stuff. Like you could, like, even I still probably involuntarily do it when I'm drawing like an angry face. I'll have an angry face on there. If I'm drawing a happy face.
Come on, you always have an
That might just
angry
be
face.
my default setting. That character must be
Ooh,
furious.
sorry.
No, but like I'll try to do what the character's doing a lot, and it's a lot of thinking about. You know, every drawing takes so much time that you're always kind of thinking about the next pose too. You'll never outdraw your thoughts. You know, it's like you're never as fast as your thoughts on animation because it's just such a labor-intensive job. Yeah, that's fun. And he'll be like it. I think like not vulnerable during any of this because it's sort of a slow move, but that's something for Cody to mull over.
I know what you're talking about.
If you were watching the stream, you would know.
It's not a good way to watch it. Like, it's so delayed when I
There's
watch
gonna
it
be, like,
and
a
listen to
sound
you.
that's gonna crawl into Cody's computer memory.
What's up? The other person just like, yeah. So. No, acting, it is really just acting, though, when it comes down to it. The drawing becomes secondary when you're in the industry long enough. Let's see, let's get all these in between here. Alright. Yeah, the hard in-betweens are coming up. I'm saving those. I need a little practice on this rat. Haven't drawn him in a couple weeks. And I could speed that up or shoot it on ones if I find it necessary. Let's get this one. I'm still avoiding the hard one right now, so let me just get to this one real quick. I'm gonna use a different color so I don't lose my mind here. Alright, so we're gonna follow the tail again. Ears are gonna bend in here because he's going like he's sort of going that way, so like the head's going behind the torso at that part. We're gonna lift the dirt up, the arm's gonna come in, the butt's gonna kind of fold into that way. Is your internet acting up? There you go. That dirt animation. Yeah, I had a lot of dirt animation. It baffles me because I could do 3D animation no problem, and I do it by making hit poses first and then doing tweens just fine. But 2D just escapes my brain. Yeah, it's a different thought process. I would guess. I would almost equate 3D to stop motion. I feel like because stop motion is actually a 3D character, and what baffles me about stop motion is you can't in between. You had to do everything straight on, that's where I would completely mess up because you see me moving these keyframes around all the time. Like I don't have a big plan here other than to make this look right. Like so, there's a lot of like I think X sheets that go into it, and like how do you lip sync claymation. You know, like that sounds crazy to me. Might do that. And we're gonna go right into that one. Yeah, stop motion. That's. Oof. And when you see it done so well, like there's that new one that came out that I think I read somewhere they shot that on ones too. Was it the Abominable or something? It looked 3D. Like it was just like it almost defeated the purpose.
Oh, it does get to the point where it's almost defeated. They do a lot
Like the charm of
they
it.
3D print pieces to the point where it's like, well, what's the
What do you mean they 3D?
like they like 3D print mouthpieces and stuff.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's kind of
Defeats
That's
the whole
weird.
point of-
that is a little strange. I mean, it's still creatively
Yeah.
crazy what they pulled off, but that is a just to shoot it on an Oxbury.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like speaking, I mean. Oh, you mean missing like yeah. Music present facial proportions. I think for stop motion they map it out quite a bit in 2D first. They could. I don't know much about it honestly.
Or they draw. I mean, they probably have like an X sheet that they. I mean,
I think it's
they used to
a lot
see
of
what
X
they
sheets.
did for Christmas. They would draw out the poses on X sheets.
And then they shoot that, or like they shoot the 2D or the X sheets first, or
No, I think like or they had like posed. I remember seeing like the posed out on like an X sheet of what frame they posed at.
so they'll do like the musical number and then figure it. Yeah, that's jeez.
Like the one.
That's
big,
no
the
joke.
one big thing they had with that was they could have the computer. I think the camera was computerized, so.
So it's like not a lunchbox anymore. They were
Well, like
using.
the zoom in, the camera would zoom in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Like shot by shot, you know, that's what was gonna happen.
We got the leg coming in too. I forgot about that. Then they do it. Okay, I didn't know that. He does 3D animation for fish. I never heard of Lakia.
That's the
The-
company. That's
Oh,
the
okay.
company.
That's the
They
company
did,
that
like,
did Nightmare?
Coraline. Did they do? I don't know if they did, but they did like Paranorman and.
Oh, okay.
what was the
Oh,
other
that
one?
was fantastic too. Yeah, I think
Oh,
that.
that Kubo, that was the other one.
Oh man, that looked amazing. Did that do well? I feel like stop motion never does well, and I'm like that's such a shame. Hey Casey, how's it going, dude? No, I just don't know if it does well. I missed a dot here. Just a little debris dot. No, it seems like you really have to have a passion for that if you're gonna
Those guys,
dive
like,
into
they
that.
always pick a storyline. Like those guys always pick something that's
A little
not
more-
very marketable, so it's a tough.
Like,
it-
not
I
for
don't know
kids
if
as
it-
much.
Yeah, I don't know if it would
Yeah.
work. Anyway,
Like if it was 3D.
like Kubo is so.
Yeah, that's kind of
scrappy
heavy,
looking,
right?
and it's like it's not a kids movie. Like
No.
I can see why that wouldn't do well at all. Like if it was in 3D or whatever, you know.
Really? And they're still in business. They had to do something right. Oh, lucky I did not make. I don't know any of these companies. I feel bad, but I am praising them. So. Aren't they doing something new with Nightmare Before Christmas too? I heard something.
Oh, I didn't-
Are they doing? Oh, maybe it's a live action remake.
Oh, God,
I don't
can
quote
only
me on that.
imagine at the end.
I don't even know. It could have been like a
No,
satire
I was
too.
trying to find. I went to one where they did like they made it 3D with the glasses like in the movie theater. Ones.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I remember that,
I
yeah.
would have loved that, but they don't have that. I thought they used to do that a lot on Halloween.
I think Lakia just struggles with marketing, but all their movies. Yeah, no, they're beautiful works of art, but every
Well,
3D
Mark
movie.
don't make money.
No, if you're not, no, it doesn't. Disney and stuff know what they're doing in that marketing department. But it's so formula. Like, it's just such a formula now. It doesn't feel like... I don't know. I also don't have the time to watch them until my kids get a little older.
Well, they're into Shimmer and Shine also.
I haven't tried Rough Animator. I like the name of it, though. Rough Animator. No, maybe when I retire or when I keel over, I'll get to learn some of these things. But no, I feel like I haven't learned any new program because we're constantly against the clock. All right, so I did do a rough of this one. So he's gonna kind of bend into this. See, he kind of steps out. Kind of see the rough here, and then curls in. So we're gonna have to figure that one out. We might have to re-rough that out. Super Cheeto, worth the cost. Named after the first Russian space dog. Okay, so let's get the hard stuff going here. So this dirt right here around his foot eventually turns into this bigger thing here, so we're gonna have to worry about that. But I'm gonna worry about just the character right now. So what I'm doing is gonna eventually turn the head. It's gonna kind of, his eyes are, usually when you turn your head, your eyes follow, you go the direction and then your head follows. So I'm gonna start turning the eyes that way. Gonna put some drag on the nose. Worry about the detail last, but how many teeth do we got here?
Oh yeah, I don't like seeing these dates.
What dates are you talking about?
Like on blood. It is. It's been a while since we touched somebody.
It's been 2 weeks for me. Other than I brought my computer with me, but I didn't get a. Oh yeah, no, it's not a Bud Light. It's it's a seltzer. No, it is, but I don't know. Since we got I don't know, affiliated or something, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it. Yeah, it is. It's a Bud Light. Whatever. Sometimes when the days are hard and it's Friday, we'll treat ourselves. Alright, so we're going to turn the arm. The foot's going to bend that way.
That dirty ass coder.
What's that?
Tell that dirty ass coder that I gave you in a new neighborhood and a new house.
Sponsored by Bud. I would love that. That would be the dream. Then I could just work on Blood full time.
Blood.
Blood, yeah. A Blood
Just
Light.
Blood's for you.
Blood Light. Oh, man. It writes itself. That's actually kind of. Cody, could you get like what are those things that keep the drinks cold? Like we used to put it. Not like that.
The sleeves. Yeah, what do you call
A
it?
koozie?
A koozie. Yeah. Could you get one that says Blood Light? Could you print that out?
Oh, I'm pretty sure any place you buy t-shirts will offer to make one of those
You
too.
get a pair of those like pixel glasses and write Blood Light.
I did just make our demo.
You did just make what?
The demo to submit to Max.
Oh, really? What? Are you just sending over the trailer we made? Or no, you're sending the game. Okay, that's what you mean.
Yeah. We're just Andrew and I are gonna test them tonight before I send them this weekend.
I can't drink and animate. I end up drinking more than animes, but I partake in the devil's lettuce and anime for hours, so I'm not judging. Oh, I can't drink and animate well. But anyone can do that. as long as you don't mind what the drawing ends up looking like, drinking's all right. Oh no, by the time these are over, I switch to coffee and then have to deal with the rest of my day. We're going overseas, Cody and myself. Yes, we're going to Spain to talk about blood and animation and video games. So we're excited to do that. They approached us. I don't know how they. I don't even know how. I never asked, I guess, but I don't know how they were on their radar. But we were approached, and it sounds like a good opportunity.
Twitter, I'm guessing.
Twitter?
Probably.
It can't be our Facebook.
Maybe they saw one of your Twitch streams.
Maybe. I used the wrong brush too, so I'm gonna have to start over. See, then a byproduct of drinking and drawing. That used to be a thing. Like that was an event, drinking and drawing at SVA.
Or was it? Or probably. Yeah, I don't remember.
Was it who? Was
like,
that Casey?
I don't know if it was him. There was like a thing like that, like an anijam kind of
Yeah.
thing or something.
They pair nicely. A lot of animators drink.
You have to.
You have to.
The amount of stress that's always thrown in your face. I don't. There was not too. There was way more alcoholics than.
Oh, per capita, the alcoholism in animation was we're number one. Oh, you lived there for 2 years? Yeah, I've never been. I've never been to Europe or overseas. I've been to Mexico and stuff, but that's the only time I've ever left USA was that. And when I was 13, my parents went to St. Lucia and stuff. But I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. You're going to, yeah, we're going to Spain, October 3rd through the 6th, and I believe on the 5th, Cody and I are doing a presentation. Cody, you want to pull up
Yeah, I was looking to see
the
if
presentation?
Sure.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Cody, you want to write that presentation?
Want to write that presentation? we still have to get things in order. We're so
I didn't
last
realize
minute.
how
We're so
soon it
last
was.
minute here, aren't we? It's so annoying. I feel like everything we do is last minute now. Out of necessity. Yeah, you could see Cody's professional headshot too.
Well, that I just sent that. I don't know if we're this
Not
one.
as professional as my photography. I thought your wife was a photographer.
Cody's wife's a photographer. That's the one he picked. Bob just took a picture of my on his phone, and I was just pretending to draw blood. And I'm going down to Atlanta next Friday to do a shoot about animation and sports, or I don't, something weird about that. Get to talk to a NBA star because he likes animation, so they're shooting that.
I think one of you two is going to have a much more successful career.
I think he's gonna have a little bit advantage in the salary pile, but you know, if he's on the fence, I welcome him. All right, so let's get from here. Now this is the tough stuff right here. We're gonna have to do a smear frame. Quick question: in your Instagram post about today's stream, what's a quick way to make this movement lines? I'll show you that. That was easy. I love doing those little Instagram things. Oh, that's on my desktop. My dirty desktop. All right.
I hate your desktop.
Good. My desktop gives Bob anxiety. All right, so I'm gonna just play this real quick. This was we're back, baby, and then it just loops. So these action lines right here is what I assume you're talking about. Is that correct, Casey? Yeah, no, I'm excited about the Spain trip. I'm a little nervous about how much stuff we have to do up to it, and Bob in my schedule, and I'm gonna be gone for 3 days. But you know, it seemed like an opportunity silly to miss because of that. Yeah. Okay. These are the. Okay. I'll show you this. This is easy, Casey. So I got these action lines right. Now it might look way more impressive than it actually is because all I did was one action line. I shot everything on 3s here to keep this chart. So you can just see I kind of start small, shoots real big, then it kind of tapers off. That's all it is, just one symbol. Then I'll copy and paste it a bunch of times, and then just stagger the frames and make sure it's all divisible by 3. So we got that. And then I just copy that and put that down here as well. This one right here. And then when I was animating it to kind of come down to mask off, that's just puppeting. So that's puppeting, and then I added I don't even know where that went. I must have cleaned that up. And just kind of tapered off. And this is my character. This is just 4 drawings, and then I repeat. Then I added a little action lines there to make it look a little different. Same with Bob's character. Those little action lines. So all these are just 4 drawings. And then, you know, the click is a few drawings, but then that's kind of a good way to get mileage out of it, is you just add you copy and loop it twice, and then you can add something extra to it, and then and by the time everything's playing and you're kind of looking at it all, it doesn't feel as repetitive. And then that's just puppeting. I did this in probably 2 hours, maybe 3. And I just did that yesterday, and like I've been mentioning, we had such a busy schedule. But something like this style with this thick kind of line, I always love doing these things because you could, this isn't a story per se, but you could tell these quick little things, and you know, this is, in a couple hours, it's almost 7 seconds of animation compared to what I'm doing a couple hours here, and we got 3 seconds, and I did most of this last night. Copy erase. Oh, sorry, I missed some stuff. Do you have an idea what platform you want to release the game? I think we always liked I feel like this is a very Switch-friendly game because it's cartoony, it's kind of playful. It feels in the spirit of Nintendo. But you know, we're gonna shoot for as many platforms as we can possibly get on. You know, I think that's always the goal, is to get it out to as many people as we want to. And honestly, and I'm not joking here, by the time this comes out, there might be Switch 2, or you know, there's already talk of PlayStation 5 and all these things. So you know, we have a lot of things to consider before we can really buckle down on just one. Yeah, I'm hoping. You know, I'm a Nintendo guy just because I'm a Super Nintendo guy, really. I play that with my son every weekend.
This is not going to be a co-op game.
No. We have extra characters and stuff, but not a co-op. Just don't make it an Epic exclusive. Well, good news is I don't know what that means, so I can promise you we won't.
If they want to pay us, it'll be.
I don't know what an Epic exclusive is. It sounds like it can only go on one thing, though, right? One exclusive.
Yeah.
Alright, so we need a smear frame. So his head wraps around like that. Keep that here, just so we're gonna have to kind of turn the eyes here. I'm gonna bend the nose till this way. It's Friday and the police are out.
Top 3 SNES games.
Okay. I'm gonna
What's your
bend
top
the
3 SNES games?
top 3 SNES games. I was a giant nerd, still am. So I like the role-playing games a lot. It's a toss-up between Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana, and Final Fantasy III. I've probably played the most in my Super Nintendo career. If I had to sit down and play one now, though, knowing I can't spend 80 hours playing a game anymore, I was really decent at Super Punch-Out. I had a lot of fun playing that. I'm only thinking of that kind of new Nintendo, that small little Nintendo that comes with 20 games or whatever. And me and my oldest son play that every weekend. But no, I would say those are my probably top three that I'll probably never play a game that long again in my life, honestly.
Well, Zelda too.
Zelda, yeah.
Andrew was saying,
Zelda I only beat recently.
Andrew was saying Epic exclusive means guaranteed money to put up with the death threats on Twitter. I'll just delete Twitter. I could care less about
Death threats. That's idle threats. What are they gonna do? I've been threatened on Twitter before. It never scared me. It's usually for games that use Unreal Engine. They'll waive a fee, pay a upload. Okay. Oh, okay. Later, Lauren. We'll see you soon. The classic. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. So his arm's coming this way. The rest of his body... kind of turning that way. Tail's coming this way. The dirt we'll worry about later. So we're going to bend that arm that way. So that's starting to work a little bit. Don't need that line anymore. And it's going to be a fairly quick move. You have to kind of keep these sprites in mind that, there's going to be a player running around probably trying to hit this guy when you won't even be allowed to. Epic exclusive isn't a bad thing. I've already made a statement about my game. Like, dude, I need money if that means a little bit of exclusive deal. Oh, yeah, no. We're doing this because we like making games and making animation, but, we do hope to see money out of all this. It'd be a shame to not get any money out of it. Put in a lot of sweat equity in. Oh yeah, no, we have to, ultimately we want to make enough money to fund another game, I think, out of this, if we're not completely burnt out by then. Well, I don't want to do what we've been doing at the studio for money much longer because it's been very soul crushing. It's a different world. It's a world I'm not good at either. Like, I'm bad at managing. Like, it's an emotional toll you take doing things like this. I want to go directly to the audience, and like I'm done with the middleman kind of thing. I mean, we have to do what we have to do. But yeah, if you saw our Discord, though, it's me every few weeks begging everyone to quit their job so we can just get this done quicker.
Keep doing that.
I stand firmly by that. And I mean, like, quit, like, in a good like, we're in the middle of stuff and be like, no, we're not doing this anymore. Just move.
Nothing would give me more pleasure than doing
I would love to do that. I mean, I get giddy thinking about that. It would be my... It really is. I have such a low bar for fantasies, but, like, just telling certain clients and what I really think is it gives me it gets me giddy. Gonna build the dirt up here, trying to look at this thing. This is getting confusing as hell. Okay, so that line goes up. No, it's always me begging Cody and Andrew to be like, let's do it. Let's talk. Let's get it done. Let's quit. They have better jobs than us. They have better jobs than us. It's easier for me to quit. Like it,
No,
not
you're
really
not
for me.
doing that.
No, it's not even the content that bothers me about animating for someone else. It's the revisions have gotten so out of hand that we're doing stuff 4 or 5 times for the same result.
I would argue a way worse result at the end.
Well, yeah, because Bob and I have this thing where we're putting our very best foot forward. You know, we try to put our best foot forward, so in hopes that the client enjoys it, and then, you know, it slowly becomes, it's like, oh, that's great, but let's change the design of the character. Then we're reanimating it on top of it, and we're, you know, sometimes the character that gets redesigned isn't like silhouetted good, so now we're sitting there trying to like just paste over stuff, and it ends up looking worse. Okay, so
just
that
try a different shot altogether.
no, or just
Well, I'm never gonna put as much effort into
no,
redoing the shot again.
it's
So.
kind of it. I don't know. It's just never used to. It's the very idea of animation was never that. It was always you think a lot about it in the beginning. Once the script is done, the voice actors come in, they do their thing, and then it's up to the animators. Now they're changing scripts halfway through. The scripts are never approved. The shots, the animatics are useless. I don't know why why they make them. No one follows that. I don't know why that's gone. That used to be something that used to be the foundation of everything. But it's weird. Then we found this sort of new niche with indie game people, and they have been so good about it. Like, we'll just do animation, and they're like, yeah, this is great, thanks. It doesn't have to be that hard. Okay, so that's working now. All right, that's better. I feel that. Oh no, you sort of mentioned that. No, it's frustrating for Bob and myself. And it wasn't something that, when we started 7 years ago, that was nothing. That wasn't happening like that. We'd get a few, you know, we have one infamous client that made us change something pretty drastically from a boy to a girl after it was fully animated.
Well, we got paid for it too.
We
so
got
it's
paid for that.
different- I mean,
No,
it's
that's
ridiculous, but it's also we got paid for it. We got clients now that would expect that you were going to change
No,
this
we
to a
would just
girl
do
now,
that,
and
yeah.
you're going to go with this original money.
like in Flash, I just hit F11 and it changes the gender. It's just something that doesn't need to, like, that's a post thought. No, it's crazy. It's bonkers when you put up with it. I was talking to my old mentor the other day. I always reach out to my old mentor, and he runs a studio. Ooh, that's the wrong color. And I was talking to him about, I asked him like a rhetorical question. I was like, do you keep clients even if you lose some money on certain jobs? And I don't know if it was ever really answered, but we went into a lot of stuff, what he finds, about jobs and stuff. And it was refreshing to sort of hear that he's gone through a lot of the similarities, and he was there to actually say it's like, no, it's changing a lot. But the moral of his thing was like that, like where one client doesn't work out, there's now new clients to kind of hover to, which I agree. That's the nice part about this new brave new world, is that we have a lot more options to pick someone, and we don't have to just pick a few of the television networks. There's a bunch of platforms that need animation. Alright, so let's get these few in-betweens in here. Alright. But, it's always sort of nice to hear that, not that he's not struggling like we are necessarily, but I'm glad we're not exactly getting taken advantage of, I guess. Like TED Talks. Yeah, no, we've applied to them. They never written back to TED Talks, but no, exactly. There's plenty of places that need animation. In fact, one of our biggest clients isn't an animation website at all. They just need a lot of graphic work, so we work with them a lot, you know. And that was this year or 2 years ago that we reached out to them because we know people there, you know. So you can see the nose and the tail are gonna kind of be the trail here. Trying to think what that arm's gonna go back here.
I was just testing the build.
Yep.
It's been a while since I played it, and I'm like, now I'm jonesing to work on it. All it takes.
No, it is something about playing it that makes you. I tell you, every Friday, when I finish these Twitches, I keep working on these things because, you know, I don't. The second you start playing with again, you realize how much we have to do too.
Man, the other night,
do you guys
the
have
other night, I was setting my alarm on my phone, so I had to work late that night, and I like tested it out to make sure it was working, and it, instead of like beeping like normal, it was playing this really weird sound effect, and I realized
it's
one of my daughters accidentally set my alarms all weird, and it was setting it to the voice of the principal when he's talking.
Oh, okay.
So it was just like a loop of him like doing it. Yeah. And I was like, and I realized like all my different alarms were all set to like, one of them was the goat from the dog.
Oh,
really
gosh,
weird.
That's an old one. We don't have an agent. No. We never had one. And Casey, I hope you find better mentors than us. I want to see you succeed.
You can always do better.
Alright, so we're just about... Well, we have to get to one more keyframe. Foot changes pretty drastically there, but I don't... My money's on no one's going to pay attention to that. See, this dirt pile it's messing with me. So that's what I get for not doing it on a different layer, though. But I'm willing to bet no one's gonna notice that either. So let's see, we got that kind of going on here. The shadow starts coming down. You know what? I'm just gonna lose this leg altogether. I'm just gonna pop on for a frame. Not worth it. Alright. Ooh, okay. Hold on here. Messed up again. Alright, now we're talking. Have you all ever dumped a client? No, not really. I mean, there's clients that, just stop calling. We've been dumped a few times, I think.
I don't know. Then they would come back.
Yeah,
It's always bad.
it's weird that, you know, it's probably foolish to take anything personal because it's hard to say no to money too. It's like principles mean a lot, I guess, but we have to feed our families and stuff, so. But if there was, we've turned down jobs because it just didn't pay enough, and they were expecting too much. So that, in that regard, I guess we've not taken jobs on that scale. There's a blacked out that just shows up.
Done that too, where it was like we started stuff and then we were just like we could tell like when the notes started coming in it was gonna be way more than we marked for.
Yeah, we've done stuff like that where just like we've done a test and it just sounded like it wasn't gonna work out. We have it set up in the structure that Bob and I have to take multiple jobs to make a profit though, so we have to always keep in mind that it's like if there's a job that doesn't pay well and takes a lot of time, it's just we can't lose money on anything. So we'll do a lot of that kind of stuff too. All right, so I'd say one frame here, maybe on twos. And I think we could call this sprite finished. What are we in here? A minute? An hour 17. Not bad. No, I've heard of people dumping clients though. Like when you get to a certain size as a studio, I think you have a little more liberty in what you could do. But it's also, it's like Bob and myself talking to the clients too, and a lot of these bigger companies have like a face of the company or like a producer to talk to people. I think most of our trouble comes from it's hard for us to mask when something's annoying us, to stay like positive about it. So, and it is hard for me when someone's asking us to redo stuff for free. I'm not exactly a fan of it. Alright, so one more frame. And remember, everything's going to be seen at 25%. So, I think we're in good shape here. It's a big sprite. This is a 4-second sprite. Alright, so I'm going to start with the shape of the head. Into this big, almost looks like a comma. Gonna stretch it out a little bit. Where they hire a middleman and wishes the client changes the. Yeah, no, you could do stuff like that. I don't like micromanaging either. Like, so it's tough. It's an industry that is riddled with. Like there's a lot of people like that want to get their fingerprint on it, and a lot of conflating notes, and a lot of notes that contradict each other. And I don't like this new thing where it's like, oh, this is what we told you, but it doesn't feel, it doesn't feel right. Like this weird, like kind of basing it off of an emotion rather than like
based off emotions in this new.
No, it's just like this emotional thing. It's like, yeah, we wanted it in that style, and I know we told you that, but it's just not feeling like our brand. And it's like, what do you want from this then? It's like, we're very, we need an exact blueprint of what you want, or this isn't going to work. It's a lot of that. Those are the notes that are the the most frustrating. It's like, oh, make it funnier. Like, all right, tell us what you want. Well, you want a pie? You want a clown to pop out and hit him with a pie? What do you want?
Edgier was the one.
Oh,
the
Edgier
one
was
the-
that.
the
That was
weird-
that was
like
2012.
yeah.
That was a 2012. We needed edgier.
Edgier.
That kind of stopped the edgy thing.
No, because that's not the new playbook. That's not the new word in the playbook.
Yeah.
There's a playbook out there somewhere.
I want to find who's making that playbook and give him a dressing down. The execs would make notes. Why does this look weird? Yeah. No, they always do that. And then you're always talking to the person who's not in charge, so they're trying to convince their boss. It's just a muddy industry. He was talking to the lowest person on the totem pole. Like, I thought this would work, but... And our new favorite one is, oh, what would this cost? And then we tell them what it costs, and they're like, oh, well, we were hoping it cost... It's like, how much you ask?
You might ask if you're. It's like, well, that's not what we were.
It feels like they're acting. What field are you in? Robosardi? Robosardi? I'm so bad at these names. Are you in traditional animation too? Feels like they're acting. Everyone takes their job so goddamn serious.
But until
Until
5
it's due.
p.m. on Friday, and then it's like, woo, got it. I can put my feet up on the desk now.
Everyone's a Kubrick when it's someone else's
Well,
money.
and then like the day it's due, then oh yeah, it's perfect. Like this is due today. Oh, it's perfect.
And you always find out it's like, oh, what were you working on? A Scorsese film? And, no, Daniel Tiger. Like what?
Ugga mugga.
No, you always have to kind of realize where it's going to. Like, it's like, oh, this is a social post that you're gonna, you're gonna sandwich this between two other tweets, and it's like this is worth arguing about. By people wanting the most but pay the least. Oh yeah, no, that's always. We get emails all the time saying that kind of stuff. You got it right with the name. I work in the mobile game field. I do a lot of Flash animation. Oh, okay. Yeah, I bet the game, like that kind of gaming field, has a lot of similar notes or conflating notes. No, it's a funny industry. I'm not laughing. No, I love when directors are so serious. I don't know. It's something about it. It's also when you're a director, it's like most of your work should be up front. You know, like you get your team in order, and then you send them out in their marching orders, and then hopefully you don't have to. They take it serious all the way through.
Well, because it's real easy to say change.
Well, yeah,
something,
no.
but then
Yeah, it's strange because always like when you're asking someone if this looks good, if they don't say it, I feel like they feel like they're not doing their job too. So it's like you're kind of setting yourself up for notes. We're really bashing notes this.
Shaq. Yeah, that Shaq thing was a big. Yeah, that Shaq thing was.
Oh,
right
that
along
Shaq
the
thing was
line.
hilarious.
What's wrong with this industry?
I love I love that he's a big enough celebrity that was made public, sort of. Like, it's like, no, this is this is nothing compared to what's that there's a lot of that kind of Shaq mentality where it's like the joke. It's like, we can pay you with exposure. No,
I think I saw Bob's post about that, the Shaq thing, before I even knew what it was about.
that was a
What is
good-
he talking about?
Love Dirty Mike and the Boys.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Shaq.
Dirty Mike in the woods. All right, we could speed that up too, probably. Let's speed these two up. See if that looks right. I like that better.
Yeah, Casey. They after all the outrage, yeah, he changed it to like 10K or something.
Yeah,
but
from
still.
500 to 10. I don't know how,
Was it still? It's still every.
But it's still just one
everybody's still
person
doing
getting it, and everyone
Yeah,
animating
everyone's
it's not getting
doing
10K. It's getting one person, probably his nephew, gets it. You know, it'd be like, it's just a big. He's doing a lot of stuff, Shaq. He's part of the. He's like. It's so weird. He's so famous, and it's like then I see him on like a General Insurance commercial and Icy Hot, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm a board member of Papa John's." It's like, what are you doing in animation too? Like, what? Don't you have enough?
Chill.
Didn't you used to just dunk?
I know.
Just dunk.
He gets to, like-
as well as he should have.
And he's on TV a lot, like commentating. And keep to that, and sure he makes enough to it.
Yeah, I'm sure owning half of Papa John's probably pays the bills from time to time. Why is it getting into animation? It's just like Shaq is cloned.
There's definitely only one Shaq.
Yeah. They broke the mold when they made him. All right,
He should
so
clone himself so he can look himself.
all right, so let's see. We got so we got that one done. So what the idea? I'll set something up. So I'll show you kind of the idea of what we got with this fella.
Maybe I should watch this.
Check this out. I'll send you the movie. Actually, I'll just attach this to Andrew. Cody, you can keep doing what you're doing. Zinger!
Womp womp.
Womp, womp, womp. Okay, I'm gonna make this 120. 72 frames. Summon.
Thinks he's cool.
Okay, so let's get rid of him. I also want to get the camera shake thing, and we should figure that out too. I think that'll add a lot of impact.
Yeah, no, that could be cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna save this as rad example. I'm saving it on my desktop, Bob. I'm already done. He has his own Josh Point style.
The guy is the worst speaking human being. He's the worst speaker I've ever seen.
I feel like him and Charles Barkley should get a talk show. I think that would be funny.
They do. It's called Watch TNT before a basketball game.
Oh, they're on it. I know.
It's pretty much just turns into them.
Are
yelling
they
at each
both
other.
on it? I know Charles Barkley is a commentator.
Yeah, they're on the show together.
Yeah, I would just think he could stick to that because he has a fun personality. I think he does. Oh, wrong folder. No one read that. I do my best to ignore that folder. Character, and we got the rat. We need the rats. This beast. Ooh, the color's different. That's okay. All right. That was the original Rat King. Look how much he's changed. See, Cody, if you programmed this earlier, we would have been done already. Is this the idol? That's the stop. Is this the idol? Oh, here. Here is all I need. The dart's different too. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, the dart's different. And that's the way it shall be. Alright, so I'm gonna make this a symbol. Red appear. What do you call it? Oh, I already called that symbol. Red appear 2.
Zach's actually probably the nicest person ever doing. Well, it's not even his idea. This wasn't even his idea. I'm sure this.
No, he probably has like a
Well, it's like a first
publicist or
show that
something.
he was working on, and it's like, I'm sure it was their plan. This guy's catching heat from this angry bunch of nerds that are tough on Twitter, but not on.
Well, $500 is such a joke, though. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah. But also, don't do it. I don't know, like, just don't do it though. Like that'll.
No, you never
that'll,
had.
like,
It wasn't like anyone
fighting,
forced
doing
you.
this social justice thing.
We need to change one of these dirts. I like the new dirt color. So that'll kind of like call the rats to. You know, we'll do some camera shake and then get Becky in there and then she can do her thing. You see what I'm talking about, Cody?
Mm-hmm.
I think something like that.
Yeah, they'll come in. They'll kind of come in at random direction. Too.
Yeah, they could come in wherever, you know, it doesn't have to. But like that will be like his calling card. I mean, they could even show up while he's doing that, I guess. It doesn't need to be,
No, I like that.
you know, it could almost be like when he hits, they pop out. So just time that right. Like that could be fun. Boom. You know. So it feels more impactful. I'm not sure you answered this question. I walked away from my computer. What do you think is the best way to set your rates by the frame, second hour? We do it. Oh, we charge by the minute of animation because we do stuff wholesale. So we never really do it by the frames or the or even, you know, it also, then we charge by content too. So we have a range between X and Y, and depending on the concept itself, we'll scale accordingly, but we always charge by the minute or divisible by a minute. It's fine now that he knows the Twitter per character and shots. Yeah, no, that's like I would judge that by concept too. Like if it's just two talking head characters in a room, no angle changes, it's one raid, and if it's like this sweeping epic with battles and all that stuff, it'll be another. So you know, there's a range for sure. So I don't know if it's worth changing the Cody. If we change the color of the dirt for these rats, is that going to be a pain to re-export all those sprites?
Is it just in there? It's just in there burrowing in and out, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then it's only a few
And
frames.
I don't
each way.
mind them being like a different color either. Like the rats themselves. That's fine to kind of separate them from that, I think.
No, I can re-export
Okay.
just a couple frames of them.
Okay, cool. So that'll be there. Becky will be here, and I think that's how we're gonna play this. And then he can fight the rats, and then he can pop up at random while you're doing that, or after you attack the rats, and then.
It's cold. There we go.
And then, yeah. Then when you hurt him enough, he can turn into the beast. Let me just. So we could go up there, and then. And that could be fun. For some reason it doesn't look centered, I don't know why. It should be centered. Yeah, I think that could be a fun little mini boss here. But what we have to do now, we're going to start this now, I suppose, is when he's vulnerable, when he can get hit. So I think Andrew was mentioning we'll do that post bite, like as he's getting bitten. Like if you dodge the bite, then you can hit him. So what I did, Cody, is I have an idol in here, so we could separate that and extend that as long as we want to make it feel like whatever you feel fair for him to stay vulnerable. And you can adjust that accordingly. It's right in the. I'll separate the symbols before I send it to you. Let me. So what I'll do for him getting hit. We can close that one. We don't need. I can't believe the old Rat King how bad that looks. Okay, so I'm gonna do a hit library now, or start one. So I'll gray. So I'm going to duplicate this, right? What if I duplicate symbol? Rat attack 1. I'm going to call this rat hit 1. And that signifies him being hit, not him hitting. I'm going to go in there. This is the idle, so I'm going to erase all these extraneous frames, because we don't need that. I'm going to keep that in there, because after he gets hit, he'll have to recoil into the ground, or, you know, whatever we decide to do. So I'll keep that in there, and he'll always kind of return to this state. This will be almost the last frame of the hit, so we're always going to kind of return to idle. And I kind of went into that at length a few times on these talks, but we kind of use the idle as the foundation of the character, so we always, whenever in doubt and we have to get back to the animation to make it feel fluid, we're going to use the idle as the base of it. So he's going to get hit. We're going to do like a cartoony kind of hit face, and then he'll slowly ease into this and then be back to normal. So we always have I mean, Cody, you could show those like sprite trees or whatever you call them. You know, when you remember what those things are? What the heck are they called?
Spreadsheet.
Not a
Spreadsheet?
spreadsheet. No, but like when you're using Unity codes, like
yeah,
how you
yeah.
have like a tree
Nodes.
almost, and it's like branches into that. I don't know if that's. Hold on, I have
An
a few.
acronym.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if you answered. Okay. So how many times do you think about quitting and running off into the woods? Oh man, so many times. I always
I
think
do that work, and then I get home with my kids, and I see what's happening, and I think about it then too. So it's,
the
there's
woods.
not enough woods.
The woods used to be like we banish you into the woods in like the medieval times. It's like you're out of the town, and now it feels like that's sort of the goal, is to get a cabin in the woods at the end. No, every week there's a few days every week that I get very frustrated with the animation scene, I would say. It's a weird, it's a very love-hate kind of relationship I have with it, because I love working on stuff like this. This is my dream job, is working on something like a Blood, or something that's our own and stuff. And then, you know, you get a few bad days with freelancing, and then you're like, what am I doing this for? I'm staying up. You know, Bob, how late were you up last week doing this stuff? Like late every night. You know, it's very thankless at times, and other times it's very rewarding. You know, it's any creative job, I feel like.
All the same.
It is. I'm sure Cody feels the same way. Trying to think of a goofy face we could give this guy. Like the ears pop up. You know, I'm sure anyone who's an animator here has felt the same way, though. It's a different feeling when running a studio too. But like, there was times when I was just part of just a lead animator, and I was just like, yeah, this might not be my industry. Kind of looks looks too happy there, so maybe we'll make the mouth a little different.
Hey,
Hey! Quit hurting me!
I'm gonna bite you.
I just want to work on my cartoon, but the kids like eating. They have this annoying habit of my kids of wanting 3 meals a day.
Wait, your kids only want 3 meals a day? I think mine want like 6.
Oh, my kids don't eat, unless it's. I got an email yesterday from my youngest. He's in preschool now.
He's emailing you?
He's emailing me, dear Dad. No, we get emails from it, and it's like they go through of what like, oh, he napped once, he did all this, and it's like he refused to eat breakfast, he refused to eat lunch. Say he ate a couple of chips from another kid's plate, and then got upset when they took it away. And I'm like, it's like, yeah, that's my youngest.
Yeah, we have an app like that at our daycare.
No, that's what
So
it is.
I
It's
get
like
alerts all day.
It's like kangaroo or something. I'm trying to think what's a good face here. I don't know if I'm big eye. We're gonna do big eyes for sure. Maybe dot eyes like that. No, it just ate a few potato chips yesterday. God. You know, it's like I feel like we've lost the battle when like my wife and I are like, well, they had a chicken nugget today, so that's good. That's protein. It's like, you know, when you start having kids, and when my wife was pregnant, it's like, all right, just organic stuff. We're gonna puree broccoli every meal, and they're gonna now it's just like if they just eat if they anything outside of the realm of a carb or something, we're like, all right, we did our job. They're at
I
heart.
like we find ourselves being like, if you want a cookie, you better eat that pizza.
No, I say
Wait.
no. I say there's a lot of that going on in my house.
Like, eat those
If
chicken nuggets. so
You want
can
an
have
ice pop?
dessert.
You finish this pizza. No, I'm doing that tonight. I bring
Got
pizza.
macaroni and cheese. Like,
No,
like,
it's always
you gotta
it's like
eat
stuff I
macaroni.
would have put in my body unless I'm having a cheat meal. And then yeah, and then you like the worst part is it's like I would if this was my job to eat this. It's like just eat this macaroni and cheese. It would be like this is perfect. This would be the perfect life. And just throwing out like it really is. We make it and then throw it out. It's a crazy thing.
Oh, I eat so much leftovers. On my kids' plates.
Oh no, and it's so hard to toss. Oh, I did something I wasn't proud of last night. I
That's the best way to start a conversation.
no, my wife and I were laughing because I woke her up to tell her as like I was working late last night and I do like midnight snacks and stuff. And then you know that cauliflower crust pizza? Does anyone know that? Yeah. It's like a better kind of. I try to do carb free, save this Bud Light, for most of the week, and then so this cauliflower pizza is a decent alternative for a carbless lifestyle. And her and I split it. So and it's tiny, it's like not tiny, but four pieces of it should be enough. And I ate my 4, then went to work, and then 3 hours later, I'm going up to bed, and I'm like, I have to throw out. I'm cleaning up my work area, and I go and I'm about to throw out, just like my garbage from my office, and I open the trash can, and there's a cold slice of pizza that she didn't eat on top. And without thinking, I just picked it up and started eating it at like 1 in the morning, just eating a cold slice of pizza from the garbage.
That's the episode from Seinfeld.
No,
where
it
he
wasn't- it
eats
was
the
a
garbage off
Seinfeld.
the top.
It was, yeah, but it wasn't even like in the Seinfeld, it was an egg layer at least. This was just a
Yeah.
cold slice of, not pizza, cauliflower pizza. And I woke her up to tell her. I was like, "Oh, honey, I did something bad." And she's like, "What? What happened?" I was like, "I ate your pizza out of the garbage."
Well, why did you throw pizza in the garbage?
I was more mad at the waste.
The little the pizza place. It's like a Chipotle that does pizza
It was on
around here.
Magazine.
Blaze. They we got it last week, and they actually have a 0 carb crust. Like they have cauliflower as well. But
Yeah,
they
there's
came
that.
up with like a 0.
I saw
The
one.
keto one.
Oh, I never tried that, but there was a kale one, and I tasted that, and I was like, "This is worthless."
No, Sarah said it was good. She was like,
No, I'm sure.
She's like, yeah, not pizza, but it's like.
No, you can't go into it thinking it's gonna taste like pizza.
Yeah. She was like, it was a much better way to eat all the stuff I wouldn't want on my pizza anyway. 'Cause, you know, she can't.
Yeah, she's on keto, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I loosely base it off of what someone's read. It was on a magazine. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the Seinfeld.
I just finished rewatching the entire show.
Seinfeld?
Yeah, I just
Really?
keep it on while I work.
Is it
Like,
straight? Like, I
how-
haven't seen it in a while. Does it feel very, Oh, sweet potato pizza crust. Mootsie, tell me more. now we're talking.
No, it wasn't very.
It feels like it wouldn't be a timeless show, but I'm guessing it kind of is.
It is. It's like I don't know. It is funny because they got all that shit for the ending, like the finale, and like
Yeah.
now I get why people are angry because it just felt like a clip show,
It just felt like a what?
like a clip show anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
it was such a lackluster end to it.
I love music sounds like Final Fantasy III. That is all Bob. Bob makes all the music here. I always get high and eat leftover pizza my daughter doesn't finish and try my best not to eat all my snacks. That's a victimless crime, at least. This is a soundtrack for Blood. Is this? Oh, Bob, can you hear the music?
No,
I don't think this
I
is.
don't think I have any on there.
I don't think we have any Blood music on here, but this is. It might be from Voltron, actually. So.
Oh yeah, probably.
It was a Korean-owned pizza place that had since closed. No, we used to watch that a lot. No, it's a weird thing to watch though. Like whenever you watch these old shows, or it's so funny. Like when technology didn't play a factor, but now like they do that joke all the time. It's like Home Alone nowadays. Like Kevin McAllister would have just called his dad's cell phone.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like so you see things that like you just take for granted now, but it's like, oh yeah, like when you watch, like even like you can watch like the Die Hard movie, and it's like, oh, this could have been over. You know, they were just called the SWAT team, and they're just like there was all those horror movies. They were like the serial killers in the house, and they cut the phone line. Like that wouldn't happen nowadays, you know.
They shut off my phone bill.
Yeah, I know.
That's how they get you.
No, I like. I love doing those things. Like watching old things. It's like, oh, that's crazy. Or like even when I watch Stranger Things, and it's like it takes me like when the kids were riding around with no helmets. Or on the bike at night with just a flashlight, like gave me. It's like, wait, you can't do that. And it's like, oh yeah, we used to do that. We just made it so we can't now.
And it's like when Barb was missing, like it wasn't a big deal.
No, that was
And
just like
Bulk-
it's such a thing now. Like it really, like I remember those times, you know. All right. So what I do with the hits here is. Oh yeah, that's kind of a funny face. I think we'll do that. So the dirt's gonna stay the same. So I eventually get back to, so I'll do like an extreme of this one. Like this is sort of the settle and then we settle back into the hit. Or to the idle, rather. So I'll do like 5 or 7 frames depending on the size of the enemy. So I'll do an even more extreme version, like his eyes will get bigger. His mouth will get wider, the dirt will go a little lower, all that stuff. And then I'll settle into that and stagger the frames. I'm just explaining this now in case this runs past the 2-hour mark, which it should. Is take keto crust is just cooked cheese. I've done that before actually, but this time the parents go to jail. Yeah, they would. That would make like national news now.
What? Your kids,
Oh, just like what the Home Alone thing.
Oh, no.
Oh no, that you would, and that one Stranger Things too. No, you know, you get in. Yeah, I'll do things too. But it was weird because even in cartoons, like we've all been kind of working. We've worked on kid shows before, Bob more so actually. But where we're in such a place now where if Dora the Explorer didn't have a helmet on, someone could get sued, which was completely berserk if you think about it. Because no one's gonna animate her crashing open and getting a concussion, you know. It's good, like you're acting like she can actually fall off this thing. So what I'll do here is make this a little bigger. So this will be the keyframe. I'm gonna do something different than, it's still gonna be a stagger, but a different kind. So I'm gonna do one bigger and one smaller, and then slice up and shuffle the frames a little bit. As we're wrapping up here, next week we're gonna do this on Thursday. So if you guys are interested in catching up on all this, we're gonna be in Thursday because I'll be in Georgia Friday. So just keep that in mind. You can always check out bloodgame.com if you want to post that up there, Cody. You can sign up to our mailing list. That gets all your inside looks, where we are this far. I hope to announce soon that we'll be attending MagFest, if we ever want to apply. Cody, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I gotta have a meeting about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. I'm gonna set up a Discord alarm to tell us about it. And if anyone wants to help us translate our demo to Spanish, drop us an email. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Let's see, what else do we got here? Yeah, as always, Twitter is kind of our place where we post the most about Blood, but you can always sign up to our Instagram, that's at Exit73, or our Facebook at Exit73 Studios. What else, guys? Am I missing anything? We got the Spain trip. Hopefully gonna announce MagFest. That'd be so funny if we don't get in and we've just been doing this for...
I'm going no matter what.
You would really go with that if we're not in there, guys?
I would just go and act like tell my wife that I was getting in. She didn't have to know.
MagFest is actually pretty close to.
You should come.
Too far away, actually, from too many games. Right?
No, it's in it's Baltimore, Maryland. Casey, I think you would like it there. Honestly,
Actually, I don't know if you would like it there, Casey.
I mean, if you like too many games, it's sort of like
I
that
like
mixed
Too
with
Many Games a lot more than
I like too many games a little. It was a little more
my kind of
subdued,
crowd,
but you know, there's a lot of games there. I believe a game we actually helped out with, Kung Fu Kickball. They'll be releasing their game around that time, so I think he's coming to MagFest. You can see the intro we did there. It'll be it's always, I get a kick out of people playing the game like in front of us. It's a very surreal kind of feeling. You don't get a lot of that in animation. You get, you know, people watching stuff we did in front of us, but like playing something is different for some reason. Just somewhat. Well, it's interactive by nature, but it's just it's a little more cerebral.
There's a lot more furries.
There's a lot of people dressed up at
Yeah.
MagFest, a lot. Yeah, in fact, you're the odd person out if you're just dressed in a t-shirt. But that's not gonna change my.
Casey was the
But
only-
I am still gonna just wear t-shirts.
It was nice that Casey was the one normal person. at
Oh yeah,
too many games.
no. When we met Casey at too many games, I was just like this very well dressed, just very like I was expecting. He's like, when you hear someone that shows up to these things, you're like, oh, he's gonna be, dressed up as Sonic the Hedgehog. It was just a normal artist talk. And we just got to talk to him. It was just like, oh, this is very refreshing.
I was like, actually, there was those two awesome guys from that we met at MagFest too that did a lot of Newgrounds stuff.
Yeah, no. Most of the creators don't really, they're just sort of there to pitch.
It's
their
just a
stuff.
wild scene too, because it's like 24 hours a day, and everyone's like staying in the same hotel. That's why it's like
No, there's no escape. It's very.
you can't go anywhere.
No, you can't go anywhere. And the town's interesting because the town is just catered to the arena that houses whatever event. So you're walking into a restaurant and you're seeing some of the people that were at that were just walking around, and they're still dressed as Bowsette. You should come, Casey. I would love to catch up in person again. It's always
It's nice there too,
good talking
like,
to you.
'cause we don't have to worry about driving around. Like it's all like that's what's cool.
No, that's what I like about it. It's all in the same hotel, so there was times when we found glitches in the game, and Andrew and Cody would run up to the hotel room, fix it while we were still hosting the. There's like, that's a fun opportunity. The 24 hours thing, though, it is exhausting. Like, you're beat by the end of the 5 days or 4 days. It's really a marathon. And our writer Greg, he still has a date with the Dragon Lair. They have a free arcade too, like with every, hundreds of games, if not 1,000. And our writer Greg has a vendetta to beat that game, Dragon Lair. He was doing good the last time I saw him. But then I saw a video of how long that game is, and I was like, oh man, he wasn't close. Yeah, I've never, I've been to San Diego Comic-Con to, when I was working on a show called Super Jail. But that was in 2007. I haven't been back since. But it's definitely more my scene, these game conventions. It's just nice to see people working hard on something for free because they care about it. So I'll do one like that. So in between that, just straight ahead. Then I'm gonna do one. Bob's working on. I could feel the tension, the tension to my right. Ooh. Super baby.
Oh yeah, Lauren, I believe the booths for Marketplace, they went quick, and they
go quick.
a month or something. Or even but like non-indie stuff, like the people selling and artists, like they have a limit. Like it goes nuts there. It's much worse than the.
No, if you guys are any of you part of this and are interested in indie games or Blood in general, I really do recommend showing up because it's a very fun atmosphere, and how many games were there last year? Just indie games. Was there 50?
I think was that 70? I
Was it
wanted to
70?
say more than that, 75 or something.
Really? And so it's all like-minded developers, all sort of chasing the dream of making something, you know, in their spare time, and getting a free kind of litmus test of how your game does in front of a lot of people. It's a lot of fun. And if you're just a fan of video games, yeah, I mean, there's not one game that you can't find there. From games that people are selling that are like super rare to like there's a whole room of just retro stuff. And I'm talking about probably 4 football fields of just tables packed with televisions that are playing everything from Atari all the way to the new systems. Then there's the section that houses the indie games things, which is just as wide and long. And then there's double that of just arcade games that are played free, that are free 24 hours a day for 5 days. So if you're a video game person, you should totally check it out.
Big section for tabletop too.
Tabletop, yeah.
Tabletop games. Yeah.
It's
That's like they put that in a different building now. It got so big.
And there's a lot of, like, if you're interested in talks and stuff, there's a lot of people that sign up to talk. It's sort of like, it's what we based Blood off of. To like, we're always using that as the barometer of like how far we should be in Blood. So it's just that kind of convention. Like, where do we want to be next year? Was a big talk about it. In January, yes. Do you know the date, anyone? Is it January
It's like
2nd?
the second.
Yeah. It's January 2nd, I believe. But, no, we hope to see a lot of you there. We first we had to get in. Or we might just be, like Cody said, he might just be showing up. All right.
Let's show up. They have the pop-up booths for a couple hours a day.
Didn't
We'll be there.
Greg did that too, though, right? Or
Yeah.
was that at the end? No, and then you would get a chance to meet the rest of our team too, which is, they don't get enough FaceTime.
Have a drink with us.
We can drink together. That tickles your fancy. No, they don't get enough FaceTime, Greg and Andrew, but they are, what's nice about our game, I think, is it's a very equal in terms of work that's going into it. You just see myself or Bob draw, but the hours of coding that are going in and the writing that's going into, and it's you have to meet the whole team because it really is a Herculean effort from all of us, I feel like. With that said, we went all over the board this week. It was nice talking about something that wasn't annoying me for a while. So, alright. So, we're going to close this week. Remember, next week it'll be Thursday. You'll tune in to watch me if you're so interested. We'll post that on Twitter, of course. I hope you guys have a good Friday the 13th. Hope no one in a hockey mask attacks you. It would be the perfect day for someone to do that. Like, ironically.
I gotta text my friends about that.
Yeah. That's a good joke. So, anyway, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we hope to see you all next week. So, I hope. All right, take care, everyone, and thanks for joining the conversation.